Here we go. Sunday morning, just going live, sharing some of the ideas that are rattling around inside the head, working on some of the emotional regulation. And I'm a big fan of Jerry and Esther Hicks, the Ask and It Is Given, um, as a way to start to raise the mood. So woke up a little bit this morning with some anxiety, and let me just do a little bit of post comment. Ask and it is given. Let's put that in the chat here. Boom, we got that piece there. Yep. All right. So, yeah, woke up this morning feeling a little bit of anxiety, just about all the things to do and and then all of that good stuff. So, sat down, started doing a focus finder, which is getting the ideas, everything just down onto paper. Also added in for myself the Be Present app, which allows for to shut down most of the apps on the phone. So the apps that I'm allowed to use are just the ones that we can use for the purposes of creating new things and that support me on my walk with my dog. So those are the only ones that are going to be available to me till about 6 o'clock tonight, which avoids a lot of the doom scrolling type of work. So yeah, worked through that. Did an exercising gratitude just to relieve the feeling a little of the feeling of anxiety, and then had some interactions with ChatGPT. So I'm using it as a coach to get me through some of the work that I'm doing. So when I wake up and I don't feel great, sort of need some immediate gratification. So then now I'm thinking about taking a little bit step further. If I took a look at like some of the goals, some of the longer term goals that I'm working towards, and some of the things that are a little bit more important to have that in the background for each one of the chats. So one is job number one is just to feel good in the moment. Job number two, get a good amount of sleep, eat well, exercise, spend time with the family, be present with the family and with everybody in life, and then create. And then this is the number one form of creation for me. These the walk and talks, the live messages to be able to put out there, and then just seeing what comes out of these on the back end, seeing what becomes useful what becomes useful for ourselves on the back end, and that's it. If you are joining live, you're more than welcome to come on, and if you leave a comment in whatever platform you are listening to this on, I'll send you a link, and you can join the session live, and we can chat and have a conversation about whatever it is that is top of mind for you this morning. And if you'd like to just listen in, that's brilliant as well. You're more than welcome to do that. But we're talking about a little bit of the mood elevation for the morning, waking up with anxiety, how to actually take ourselves, kind of go up the mood scale every single day with how we're actually feeling. And now that I'm thinking with, I just saw with ChatGPT that it allows, now it starts to have some memory across some of the different chats, which is interesting. We can start to see, hey, we're going to start to capture what are some of the goals that we're working on, and what I'm messing around with is how can I how can I speak some targeted messages, get the transcript of the messages, and then get feedback around the stuff that we're working on and the stuff that we want to create around around some of those specific goals. So that's what I'm messing around with so far this morning, and going to take the puppy out for a walk in a few minutes and chat through some of the different ideas. So, what I'm creating for myself is I guess almost like an operating manual for life. So, number one is getting to us to a place of like feeling good enough to be able to do creative work, and that's the name of the game. And yeah, so that is moving up the emotional scale, feeling good enough to be able to do some of the creative work, also having the stuff that we have to do, like the responsibilities and the stuff that we have to do in the background. So to be more creative, I've got to be able to, I've got to practice jujitsu or do some sort of high flow activity during the day to start to feel creative. But to do jujitsu, there's some responsibilities that I've got to have here, right? I've got to be clean, so I've got to take a shower before I get onto the mat. I've got to walk my dog before I get onto the mat. I've got to put on clean clothes before I get on the mat, and I got to get myself there on time, right? So those are logistical things that are have tos in order to serve the purpose. Now, I could sit and just create and walk and do some walking and talking for those periods of time. So I'm going to get out now. I'm going to start the process of walking the dog right now. And then the whole idea is for me is I want to start taking the transcripts of these messages and dumping those into the chats so we can start using these transcripts to break apart. Like, look, here's how you were feeling in the moment when this was actually being created. Here's some of the goals that you're starting to work towards. And here's how you take care of that stuff in the background that is like, here's the stuff that we're worried about. Here's the stuff that we're paying attention that we're worried about. And I think all those things can start to get accomplished. Though I looked at the motion calendar, which actually takes like starts to organize your life, as you know, as far as like puts things out into the future of here's the things that we want to get accomplished and where they actually get accomplished. The challenge with that is it didn't necessarily organize things in the right way. So I think the system that works the best for me is the timeline system, which was created. I can't remember the gentleman's name. Um, but it is the timeline system that is created for workflowy that just puts everything that we want to accomplish at some place out there into the future. So those goals start to happen, start to move us forward. So I'm thinking about start creating a timeline of all the goals that we actually want to create. We put them out there into the future, and I think then we start to hit. Then from there we can start to hit all the targets, and then figure out all those things that are sort of the hidden, like, hey, we're not getting this stuff done. All those like hidden pieces out there. So we go if we start with first of all, how do I feel great now so I can work in a creative space working towards goals, and it allows me to be present with whatever I'm doing and present with the people in life. And there's some basic health stuff that goes along with that, getting some sleep, making basic commitments, eating well, doing some exercise, and then being present with important people in lives and taking care of our kind of emotional well-being. So those are the baselines. Then we start doing stuff, right? Which is like tactical stuff that we have to get complete, and then also some of the strategic stuff that moves us towards our goals in the moment. So having the tools that start to identify, hey, what are you working on right now? It is like, what is it, what is it that you're working on? You're working on some of the short-term goals, you're working some of the long-term goals, or are you working in a place where you're just being distracted and doing stuff that is mindless? And which is also fine sometimes. Like it is, at night I go through YouTube videos and the drink there for a second here. Also going to do a weigh-in here because I haven't done that in a little bit. Make sure I get my weight captured. I don't think I have my weight app that I'm allowed to access it right now. So let's just I got the phone here right now. Let's oh, got too high there. Let me just take off some of the hoodies and stuff. And then, so at least I get down below the weight targets for the day. Let me take off the phone, which is adding to the weight as well. So when we're doing yeah, let me just do a little bit of a weight, make sure. Yeah, that makes a big difference there. All right, weighing in at 177.6 right here. I don't think I can access the Renfro app right now to be able to get the capture. Let me just see if I can actually, if I'm allowed to use it during Renfro. All right, we are on mute. We muted for a second there. So yeah, I just have a goal of keeping the weight down below 180. It's something that is, yep, that's the goal. That's how I measure, especially if I'm going off and doing some of the eating that's not optimal. Just keeping the goal below 180. If I go over, that's fine as too. I just have to do like a report and saying I'm like healthfully going over, or is it something that, where do we have to tweak some of the other areas, some of the other things that we're working with here. So I might actually go to B&H today. That also plays into a little bit of the, that also plays into a little bit of the, into some of the, um, some of the different plays, debating on whether to get um, a new, a new phone or not. And let me just go post comment. We'll call this a walk and talk. All right, walk and talk. Let's just get that. Boom, chat. Post a comment there. Got it. Yep. Got the walk and talk phase of this. Gonna put get the puppy, the leash on the puppy. Now to get him out for a walk, and this is how we start to multi-thread and get multiple things accomplished at the same time. So you get to do the walk and talk recording, but also get to go out and walk my dog at the same time, which are two valuable, we'll call them valuable exercises, two things that are important to work on at the same time. Whole idea of this live is to create a transcript on the back end that starts to coach me towards better ways of operating and better ways of working. So name of the game is how can we get more stuff done during some of the walk and talks, right? And then how do we start to use the walk and talks to, one, accomplish more and accomplish more, but also to live as a more fulfilling life. That's the name of the game. That's the way. Oh, I lost my keys, which is annoying. Where are the keys? Slightly annoying because it's going to be challenging getting back in without the keys. We can still get that accomplished with the other set of keys that we've got here. Boom. All right, so boop, 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 boop. Welcome. If you are joining, if you'd like to come on live, more than welcome to. Just leave a comment wherever it is that you are listening, and I'll drop you a link, and you can come on to the session live, and we can have a chat. And that is we'll go through a walk and talk right now. We'll start getting into some more of the the creation aspects of some more of the creation and some more like the creative outlets. What my experimentation is with right now is like how do you just have stream of consciousness talking, like literally top of mind talking, put it out there, and then turn it into something else that is useful on turn into something else that's useful on the back end. So that's what we're doing with this. I'll grab the transcript of this conversation, get some high level summaries of what it is that we're talking about. I'm also inspired to draw it out so somebody can see what the workflow is. And then so somebody can see what the workflow is and how we're starting to think about it, and then how do we, just probably 15 minutes of drawing the stuff out will get us to a place of, where are we here? Get us to 15 minutes of drawing it out, get us to a place of like, here's where we actually want to go, and this is how we'll start moving these chats into usable creations. This is annoying, really annoying. The keys piece is bugging me right now. Did I use another hoodie yesterday? Did I go out with something else? Okay, we don't have the keys here. Yeah, we don't have the keys. Okay, that's all right. We can work through that. Also want to work on with some offline uploads today, just to keep the sessions going live, and then also starting to, there's that hat. We'll grab that hat. All right, perfect. All right. We don't have the keys. We'll solve for that. We'll find the keys in a little bit, and then we'll get in. Let me get a couple more bags before we actually go out here on the walk. So might keep this as like a 15-minute session because I think that will if we keep this as a 15-minute session, then we'll be able to get the download of the audio message. We'll be able to upload it, and then we'll actually start to be able to do some of the processing during during the walk with the puppy, and then maybe do some other types of creation that aren't part of the live session. I am thinking about getting another device, and I think I'm going to actually do that, getting another phone, so when can do the broadcasting live at the same time as we're actually doing the real work, because now the work becomes the broadcasting thing, but it doesn't actually, and then we talk about the work that we're actually doing. So a second device would allow for, yeah, it would allow for both to happen at the same time, and to happen in parallel. So we can do some of the creations on one of the devices, and then on the second device we can have um, the live stream. Okay, that is where is. All right, I'm gonna lock the door there. Okay, got it. All right, perfect. So thanks a lot for everybody for listening. Have an amazing Sunday.